The Google Pixel 10 phones are already out, but not everyone wants to spend big on a flagship. That's why many people wait for the A-series phones, which usually bring the same Pixel experience at a much lower price. Right now, all eyes are on the Pixel 10a. The big questions are simple. When will it launch, and should you even wait for it? Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the release date. Google's timing with the A-series phones has shifted over the years. The most recent one, the Pixel 9a, came out in April this year. Before that, the Pixel 8a and Pixel 7a both launched in May. If we go even further back, the Pixel 6a arrived in July, so clearly, the timeline has moved around a bit. But if you look at the trend, Google seems to have settled on spring as the sweet spot for these phones. That's why the most likely release window for the Pixel 10a is April 2025, though May is also possible. Now, what about July? It's less likely, but still not impossible. Google did launch the Pixel 6a in July, so they've done it before. But you can pretty much rule out August. That month is reserved for the flagship launches, and August 2025 has already passed with the Pixel 10 release. So if you're marking your calendar, circle April and May as the strongest baits for when we'll see the Pixel 10a. The timing makes sense when you compare it to the flagship cycle. The Pixel 10 launched in August this year, just like the Pixel 9 launched in August last year. Then, 8 months later, we got the Pixel 9a in April, following the same pattern. The Pixel 10a is lined up perfectly for April 2025. Now comes the bigger question. Is it worth waiting for the Pixel 10a? Normally, the A-series is a great choice. You get a clean Android experience, strong cameras, and years of Google software updates, all at a price that's much easier on the wallet. But this time, there might be some concerns. According to leaks, the Pixel 10a might not use the new Tensor G4 chip that powers the Pixel 10 series. Instead, it could come with the older Tensor G4 chip. And that matters because many of Google's latest AI features, the ones that were heavily promoted during the Pixel 10 launch, need the Tensor G4 to work properly. If the leaks are right, the Pixel 10a could miss out on those advanced AI tools. That could make the phone feel outdated on day one. It might be underpowered compared to the flagship, and it may not deliver the same exciting features people expect. Of course, we have to remember that leaks are not official. Until Google confirms the details, nothing is certain. But if the rumors turn out to be true, waiting for the Pixel 10a may not be the smartest move for everyone. Take the Pixel 9a as an example. It was a solid budget phone, good cameras, decent performance, and fair value. But this year is different. AI has become a huge focus in smartphones. If the Pixel 10a can't deliver those AI features, then the value drops. Instead of feeling like you're saving money, it could feel like you're giving up too much. So what's the smarter choice? If you just want a budget-friendly phone, and you don't care about missing out on AI tools, then yes, waiting for the Pixel 10a could make sense. It will almost certainly be cheaper than the Pixel 10, and it will still get years of software updates. But if you want the full experience, the power, the AI features, and future-proofing, then the Pixel 10 itself is the safer option. You'll pay more upfront, but you'll get everything Google is promising for the future of its phones. At the end of the day, the Pixel 10a will still deliver the clean software, good cameras, and affordability that the series is known for. But based on what we've heard so far, it may also come with compromises that weren't as big of an issue in past models. To sum it up, the Pixel 10a is most likely coming in April 2025, with May as a backup option and July as the long shot. The biggest concern is whether it will use the Tensor G4 chip instead of the G5, which could limit its ability to run new AI features. So the decision comes down to you. Do you wait for a cheaper phone with possible limitations, or spend more now for the Pixel 10 and get the full package? Either way, Google is clearly aiming to satisfy both budget and flagship buyers. The only question is whether the Pixel 10a will live up to expectations, or if it will be remembered as a compromise that wasn't really worth waiting for.